The Missouri athletic director position abruptly came open yesterday and was a shock to most Missouri fans. Our athletic director, Ren Baker, is being named on multiple different fronts as a strong candidate for that job. We're going to look at that, point to a few articles where he's mentioned, and just kind of discuss the state of things and whether or not I think he's going to go. Stick around right after this word from our sponsor. This episode of Mountaineer Paul Talks Football is brought to you by Dutch Miller Automotive, where friends and family pricing means you get the best deal right up front on any new or pre-loved vehicle in stock every time. With brands like Chevrolet, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Kia, Hyundai, Ford, GMC, Buick, and Subaru, the Dutch Miller Automotive family is always growing and ready to put you in the car or truck you've been searching for. Check out our inventory across West Virginia at DutchMillerAuto.com or come in today to the home of friends and family pricing, only at a Dutch Miller Automotive store near you.
This is for Cameron.
Welcome back. Welcome in, guys. My name is Mountaineer Paul, and you have landed yourself here again at Mountaineer Paul Talks Football. Man, when you think things are about to just settle down a little bit for West Virginia, maybe some bad news won't finally hit us. And while no, nothing is imminent, you can't help but feel like we're going to get bit again sometimes. And when this happened yesterday, I thought, oh no, and then you just kind of come back down to earth a little bit, and really start to look at the facts of the situation. The Missouri job came open, and we're going to read kind of an article that explains what happened, and then we're going to speculate a little bit. We'll get into some of the other articles that mentioned Ren Baker as a possible suitor, but let's get into this really quick. Columbia, Missouri, KIMZ. This is an ABC affiliate. The search for a new leader for Missouri athletics has started after news became public that former athletic director Desiree Reed Francois took the job at Arizona. It was announced on Monday that Reed Francois is moving on after about 2.5 years in Missouri. Marcy Girton has been named interim athletic director. While there is no official word on how Missouri will conduct its search for the next AD, the search for Reed Francois in 2021 was a short but extensive one. A press release from the university says the search advisory committee has been formed to find the next athletic director. The committee consisted of university leaders and stakeholders, including multiple curators and alumni. It was chaired by the curator, Jeff Lehman. The search advisory committee also hired Parker Executive Search Firm, which the press notes had done previous head coach searches for Mizzou athletics. In a statement, President Moon Choi had said the university was looking to hire a, quote, proven AD with a track record of visionary leadership, business acumen, fundraising successes, high integrity, effective management skills, and a focus on the well-being of student athletes. The search lasted only a couple weeks. Former athletic director Jim Sturck announced he was stepping down on July 26, 2021, and the university named Reed Francois as athletic director on August 8th, 2021. So they didn't take a long time to hire somebody last time. It's speculated it's going to be something similar this time. So we're going to know something quick on this, and we're not really focused on who Missouri's going to hire. No offense to Missouri, we're worried about our guy. Some of you aren't worried about Ren Baker, but I'm going to tell you why you should be. But stick around for that as well. Let's get into a couple of these things that talk about Ren as a potential replacement for departed Reed Francois. Candidates to take over for Mizzou Athletics following Reed Francois' abrupt exit. This is from the Missourian. They get to Ren Baker on here. There's other people on the list, guys. I don't want to misdirect you here. He's not the only person being mentioned. Baker has served as the athletic director for the Mountaineers since 2022. Baker is an Oklahoma native, has taken jobs in Missouri in two different stints. First as athletic director of Northwest Missouri State from 2010 to 13, and most notably as deputy director of athletics at Mizzou from 2015 to 18, when he was the chief of staff under Mack Rhodes. Baker was appointed interim athletic director at Missouri in July 2018 after Rhodes left in the wake of the previous year's scandal. This is another one. This is another completely different website. Ren Baker, AD, West Virginia. Wren Baker took the athletics director post at West Virginia in 2022 after a strong tenure at North Texas, where fundraising and ticket revenues skyrocketed. He also guided North Texas to membership in the American Athletic Conference. And he's being mentioned other places too. I just grabbed those two just to kind of point out that he's very high on the list. So should we be worried? I think that's the question a lot of Mountaineers are probably thinking, like, okay, but I mean, is this something that we think he's going to leave for? Well, I've heard from secondhand. I haven't been able to find the clip. If you guys tell me down below, somebody told me that Tony Caridi said on Sportsline that it was unlikely that he was going to leave. If Tony Caridi says something, it's gold to me. So I was looking to find that, and I probably would have shaped the entire episode around it had I been able to find it, but I wasn't able to. That's fine. I have my own opinions on why I think Ren Baker is probably going to stick around in Morgantown. Number one, he's just right in the middle of this thing. It's almost like, when you're highly driven like a guy like Ren Baker is, you almost don't want to leave something you started like this. Could he really leave the basketball program in the shape that it's in right now? With probably going to need to hire a new basketball coach really soon. You were the AD on record of letting go legendary basketball coach Bob Huggins, even though it was deserved. You're still going to be the guy that's connected to that, and then you don't see it through and get the replacement. I think that's going to be something that weighs heavily on him. And also seeing this thing with Neil Brown through. You had a chance to bring in your own guy, football. You didn't do that. Instead, you let Neil Brown stick around. If Neil Brown tanks, what does this make you look like? Or maybe if you feel like he's going to tank, maybe you get away from the situation, and you feel like you can run away from it. I don't think Ren Baker would do any of those things. I'm just throwing out little scenarios, how some people may think. Some people would run from it if they feel like it's going to go bad. Some people would trudge through and try to fix it. I just don't see Ren Baker as the kind of guy, and I've met him and know him a little bit now, and we've had him on the show. I just don't think he's the kind of guy that would leave West Virginia high and dry like this, although there are reasons to why he could. Family's extremely important to him. Obviously, he's had two jobs in Missouri before. So home is important to him. Family's important to him, right? And probably the most important thing to him and his wife and the kids. So, I got to looking around at his X account, and you look at it, man, and he is really, I think, a transplanted West Virginian at this point, guys. I really do. You've heard him say in multiple interviews that they're extremely happy here. They're extremely happy where they're living. They're extremely happy with the school systems. They're extremely happy with a lot of things. And let me tell you guys, Ren Baker walks out to the greatest view in the state of West Virginia each and every single day. Look at these views from his home in West Virginia. It's amazing, guys. And look, he is so proud to represent West Virginia. That West Virginia sunrise was showing off this morning. Now I get it, home is home, and I realize Missouri's knocking on the door of Oklahoma, but at the same time, I think there's unfinished business here at West Virginia, and Coos pointed out to me earlier, there's a reason that two or three people have left this job inside of 3 years recently. This is at the end of the day, this is an SEC job with an incredible football team coming back next year, a top 10 team, maybe an SEC favorite, definitely a playoff contender, a Penn State type team, I would think, that level of power. And so, really could be an attractive job for somebody. But there are other people who Maybe they want more. I'm not saying that he's the top of their list, but he's definitely among the top 3 or 4 guys. We'll see where it goes, guys. We'll see where it goes. Don't forget to like this video if you don't mind. For me, I would appreciate that. As always, feed that monster we know we call the algorithm, guys. If we don't feed that, nobody sees it. Don't forget to subscribe to Mountaineer Paul Talks Football. As always, it would help me to get to 2,000. Been trying to do that this off season so that we can start next season strong. And also drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about this possibility. Could Ren Baker go to Missouri? Could we lose our beloved AD? There are some haters out there that are chanting they want Ren Baker to go. I'm here to tell you, I feel like he's navigated this situation as well as anybody possibly could and would. So that's just my opinion. If you don't like Ren Baker, this is not the channel for you, though. I'll tell you that. Because I am a big Ren Baker guy, not just because he came on this show either. I mean, there are people that have come on this show that I don't talk nicely about all the time. So has nothing to do with it. So at the end of the day, guys, I personally think Ren Baker is going to stay. I do. I really have a gut feeling. But if he leaves, we're going to move forward because we have to. And we just have to kind of hope that we make a great hire, right? But I think it's going to be okay, guys. Just wanted to get this video out and educate you guys a little bit. If you didn't know, by now you probably do. Still going to do my due diligence. Hope you all enjoyed this episode of Mountaineer Paul Talks Football. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. And if you're watching this on X, please repost the video. It would help me so much, guys. I appreciate you all as always. I'll see you tonight live as we talk about the 2 new transfer additions from Northwestern. This has been another episode of Mountaineer Paul Talks Football. This episode is over. I am out.
This is for Cameron. Thank you.